What are the different types of SD-WAN deployment models? There are three main options for deploying SD-WAN, including DIY, fully managed, and co-managed. Other less common SD-WAN deployment models include managed CPE and SD-WAN as a service. Advancements in technology have led to the emergence of multiple types of SD-WAN deployment options. The broad range of terms and options can get confusing. A fairly common way to categorize SD-WAN deployment models is by management model, network architecture, and deployment environments. Most of the time, if you hear the term SD-WAN deployment models, it's probably in reference to SD-WAN management models, which is what we'll be focusing on for the purposes of this video. However, we'll still touch on SD-WAN architectures and environments just to be thorough. Let's start with SD-WAN management models. First, DIY. DIY SD-WAN involves managing and configuring the SD-WAN infrastructure internally within an organization. In a DIY SD-WAN setup, organizations typically deploy SD-WAN appliances at each location. These appliances connect to the internet and, if needed, integrate with existing MPLS links. DIY SD-WAN tends to work well for larger enterprises with a skilled network team and the resources to manage a complex network environment. Fully managed SD-WAN is a service where an external provider takes responsibility for all aspects of your SD-WAN network. The MSP takes care of deploying and configuring the necessary equipment and software at your locations. They also handle all aspects of network operations. Fully managed SD-WAN is a great option for businesses that lack the internal resources or expertise to manage SD-WAN on their own. Co-managed or hybrid SD-WAN offers a balanced approach to network management, combining elements of both DIY and fully managed models. In a co-managed SD-WAN model, you and the provider share responsibilities for managing the network. Co-managed SD-WAN is a good fit for organizations that have a capable IT and/or network team, but want to avoid the burden of handling every aspect of network management. Managed CPE, or customer premises equipment, is a deployment model where the service provider handles the management of SD-WAN hardware located at your site. In a managed CPE SD-WAN setup, the service provider is responsible for the installation, configuration, and ongoing management of the SD-WAN equipment at your premises. This model is well suited for businesses that need physical SD-WAN hardware for reasons like security or compliance, but prefer to have the day-to-day management handled by experts. SD-WAN as a service, SD-WANaaS, is a cloud-based model where a third-party provider manages and typically delivers SD-WAN functionalities over the public internet. In an SD-WANaaS setup, the service provider handles the core infrastructure, network management, performance optimization, and security. Customers interact with their network through a cloud-based management interface. SD-WANaaS is a useful choice for businesses that want to simplify network management while avoiding the complexities of maintaining physical hardware. Let's move on to SD-WAN deployment architectures, which define how network traffic is routed between various locations. The deployment architecture determines the structural layout and connectivity of the network, including performance, scalability, and reliability. Types of SD-WAN deployment architectures include hub and spoke, mesh, hybrid mesh. Now for SD-WAN deployment environments. An SD-WAN deployment environment refers to where and how an organization implements and operates SD-WAN infrastructure. Options typically include on-premises SD-WAN, cloud-based SD-WAN, hybrid SD-WAN. So how do you choose the right SD-WAN deployment for your business? Start by assessing your internal IT capabilities and network needs. From there, think about your long-term goals, whether you want full control or prefer to let someone else handle the management. Next, consider the complexity of your network. Also, be sure to carefully consider how much time and resources you can actually dedicate to network administration and management. Don't forget to examine your cloud and SaaS dependencies. Definitely consider security and compliance requirements. Think about your timeline for SD-WAN implementation. And finally, identify the key stakeholders who need to be involved in the decision-making process. So, there you have it. Now that you understand the different types of SD-WAN deployment models, you can select the right option to meet your organization's needs.